Hey guys, Anand here and welcome back to Bruno to check out the Oz one out. My thoughts on tattoos on this video. Now, before I introduce to anything, I actually have never got a tattoo before, so I really don't know, what the experience is. But I do know that a bunch of my friends actually did get tattoos. So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting to see how James has his what his thoughts are on for tattoos, cause I don't know what to say. I am kind of planning to probably maybe get one tattoo in the future, but I don't know, tattoos, they are pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing just on a person's hand or you know, just anywhere, it's pretty impressive. So yeah, let's see what James's thoughts on tattoos are, and yeah, we'll just see how we'll just go from there. But definitely, guys, enough of that. Let's go check out the odds one out. My thoughts on tattoos, and I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Here's a little social interaction
On
life
tattoos.
hack I've discovered. If you're meeting someone new and you want to get to know them better, and you see any semblance of a tattoo peeking out of their sleeve,
Yep.
compliment it. If that
Really?
person doesn't want to talk about their tattoos, they'll say, "Oh, thank you." Anyway, this is my stop. But if they do want to talk about their tattoos,
What was
their
that?
face will light up and then they'll do the rest of the talking.
I'm sure they
I
wouldn't mind.
realize that by giving you this advice, now anytime
hey, I
I
said that to my
compliment
friends
someone else's
before, and
tattoos, it will
they really
seem
appreciated it.
disingenuous.
So,
But it's
all good.
not, most of the time. I love
Wow.
all of your tattoos.
Oh.
That's right, I'm talking to you. Love your tattoos, dude. Whether it's how you got the tattoo,
I didn't get
the
one, but
meaning
okay.
behind the tattoo, or being a tattoo of something you like,
And
every
it's chest?
tattoo is a story. And most people
Really?
love telling stories about themselves.
I didn't heard that.
I wouldn't
actually.
know anything about that personally. I never understood why some
Yep.
people liked talking about their
Look at the
tattoos
muscles on that
until
guy.
I got one of my
Jeez.
own. What, you think I'm gonna
Really?
make a whole video about tattoos when I didn't even have any? That's right, I'm a marked man, Mom. What are you gonna do about it? Stop unconditionally loving me?
God.
Yeah, right.
Oh god.
Wait, what are you doing with that cheese grater? Okay, but in all seriousness, can you make sure Grandma doesn't see this video, Mom? I don't want to upset her on the way out. Back in the day, tattoos used
Not
to
your
be a
grandma.
symbol of rebellion and meant you couldn't get a job. No regrets,
Really?
baby! But I feel like
That's
tattoos
just
are
wrong.
getting more and more accepted,
Right?
if not expected. I'll see a jacked, bald guy covered in tattoos
Right?
and think, okay, yeah, he was meant to look like that. For
Wonder
me,
why
the
we
idea
fish
of being
near
a
me.
badass tattooed guy with a sketch pad and a beanie and ripped jeans and a beaded bracelet always seemed cool to me. But like
Right?
most people, when
Same.
it came to tattoos, I had reservations.
Oh.
Ooh, this is gonna be on my body forever?
Yep.
What if I hate it? I had an idea once of getting
Too
these
bad.
5 Magic the Gathering symbols tattooed on my forearm. I even dotted
Ooh.
them out in Sharpie once just to give them a
Like
test drive.
Pokemon?
But I ultimately decided not to get
kinda.
them because I was worried in 5 years I would go, oh, these? I was really into Magic the Gathering in my 20s. Not anymore, though, so now every morning I wake up with impending feelings of shame and remorse that I even decided to get this thing. And I didn't want that to happen, even though I've been playing Magic for over 15 years, and it means a lot to me, and I'm going to be buried with my sliver deck, and... Alright, maybe I should just get it. Even though
Yeah,
people
maybe
know
you
that
should.
tattoos are permanent, there are still way more bad tattoos than there should be. One time, I saw this picture of someone's tattoo on a bad tattoo
wow.
subreddit, and I thought it'd be funny to prank my family group chat by photoshopping that tattoo onto my arm. And then I thought it'd be funny to post that picture onto Instagram. I didn't think anyone
Really?
would fall for this poor excuse of a Photoshop job, but then the internet and my family proved me wrong. Immediately, I started getting phone calls from my parents, and even my book agent rang me up and was like,
What?
"Did you actually get that tattoo?" No, it's not a real tattoo. I mean, it is a real tattoo, but it's on someone else's body. That's their
Exactly.
cross to bear. I can
Looks
only
so
imagine what
realistic.
that person's family and book agent went through. My parents were not supportive of me getting tattoos. But whose are, am I right? Some people, like my
Jeez.
parents, say that your body is like a temple, and getting tattoos
Really?
is like putting graffiti on it. Which,
So?
sure, okay, that's why I paid a professional graffiti artist to paint my temple exactly how I wanted.
Right.
Also, you can't tell me not to deform my body when that's exactly what you did before I was even 24 hours old. Also, Jesus had piercings, and he loved showing them off to his buddies, so
Wow.
I think he'd be chill with a little tattoo. After
Yeah.
much thought and
Yeah, no.
deliberation, I finally settled on what my first tattoo would be. This was going to be permanently
I mean,
inked
my mom
onto
was
my
like that
body
too,
for the
so-
rest of my life.
I feel you, James.
I got a tattoo. in Courier New.
Wow.
Luckily, the artist was able to finish this in
Tattoo.
one session. It took quite a while, almost 5 whole minutes. Now let me explain why I
That's
got it.
it?
It was so that if anyone ever asked me, do you have any tattoos? I could go, why, yes, I do. And then roll up my sleeve, and then I'd go, ha, ha, ha. When I showed off my tattoo on Jaden's Streamathon, there was one comment that said, James having tattoo actually tattooed onto him is exactly the kind of tattoo
That's a lot of
I
tattoos.
expected James to have. And that made me feel really good because that meant the tattoo fit my vibe. And the second reason I got the tattoo
I didn't remember
was
James
because
did-
I wanted
did
to
her live stream.
rebel. Since tattoos
I
were
didn't
frowned
remember.
upon
Last
growing
year,
up,
right?
I wanted to have one just to have one. So I got a tattoo with no
Scimitar?
meaning
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I remember that.
Which, in a way, is the meaning. Even though the tattoo was small and usually covered up by my sleeve, I still felt anxious about getting it. And I continued to feel that way for about a week after I got it. It was a jump scare every time I saw it in the mirror, and I would look at it closely and go, yep, that's really in there. I sure hope I don't regret this. But then, after some time, the tattoo just became a part of me. Like, I didn't look in the
Seriously?
mirror and go, yep,
changed?
there's James and tattoo. I would go, yep, there's James. Full stop. And from that day
Full
on,
stop.
I loved giving people advice on tattoos. As a marked man myself, I think you should absolutely get that Shadow the Hedgehog full back piece. YOLO, remember?
Your pants?
What? You're worried that it's going to look bad when you're 70? Yeah, it's going to look bad when you're 70. You're 70.
I mean, hey,
Don't think about
still
how
a
bad
shadow,
it's
so
going to
it's all
look.
good.
Think about how much you're going to enjoy it from now to when you're 69. I've
69.
known people my age who still hide their
Looking at
tattoos from their
Sonic 3
parents,
movie, so
but like the
can't wait.
honest prodigal son that I am, I wasn't going to be doing that.
Shadow's coming,
But the
guys.
next time I
Shadow's coming.
visited my parents, I walked into their house, and the very first thing my mom said to me was,
Oh, God.
do you have any tattoos? She beat me to the punch.
Oh.
What? Why would you ask that? Because last night, I had a dream that you came home and were covered in tattoos.
How'd you know?
So, which one of you incepted my mom? God? I
God?
said, are all tattoos bad? Yes, all of them are bad. Even this one. And I rolled up my sleeve and revealed
Oh
my
my-
massive tat. And her reaction was, ah. Well, it's not the worst word to have permanently inked on your body. Later on, she said, if you go to a Star Wars party, you could change it to Tatooine. So, I think she took it
What?
pretty goodly. Now, some of you might be thinking that my epic sleeve of a
Oh.
tattoo isn't
Oh,
that
I
big a
s-
deal.
I see.
It's tiny and
Oh,
can only be seen if I'm swimming
Next
or
one, guys, next
boxing or wearing a tank top. But you see, after getting tattooed, I experienced what people in the tattooing business call catching the bug. After seeing how much I liked my first tattoo
Did
and
heard
knowing
that
that I
before.
could handle having a tattoo, I was ready to get something badass. I set up a big boy tattoo appointment with an artist I liked, and when I was in the tattoo shop, the artist asked, is this your first tattoo? Is this my first tattoo?
Okay, relax.
No, sweetheart. I think I know a thing or two about tattoos.
Relax.
So, without further ado, I would like to debut this out of the blue
Let's see it.
tattoo.
Oh! Whoa! There's so
You
many.
know, from The Dark Crystal, the Jim
Oh, yeah.
Henson 80s puppet movie that I did a video on it years ago.
I remember.
Now I have the best character permanently inked onto my skin forever and ever. That movie
actually
will
did
always
it?
hold a special place in my heart, and now it'll hold a special place under my skin.
He
And
really
now,
loves that
whenever I show
movie.
someone The Chamberlain, we end up talking about The Dark Crystal, which is great because that's what I wanted to talk about anyways. I think I just discovered an autistic conversational cheat code. When I was getting it done, the artist asked me
I
if
guess
there were
you did.
any other tattoos that I wanted to get, and I said, why, yes, I do. I wanted to get the computer from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, because I
Oh, yeah.
also love that series, and because
Yeah,
I'm a
serious.
computery guy.
Serious
And I
is
didn't
pretty good.
realize until as I was explaining it to the artist that both of these characters are puppets. So I don't know what that says about my psyche. I never thought that I liked puppets that much, but if anyone wants to psychoanalyze me in the comments, that'd be great. And speaking of YouTube comments, I know
Oh
a lot
god.
of people are going to bring this up, so I'm
Yep.
just going to address it right now. You probably noticed that Chamberlain isn't holding his iconic triangle scepter. Yeah, I already know that. That's because he's holding the Emperor's scepter. It's like
Oh,
my own little headcanon. He
I
got
didn't
to
even know
be the
that.
Emperor because he's cool and awesome and come on, Dark Crystal fans. You think I don't know my lore?
I
I
didn't
didn't
even
get
notice
the
that.
wrong scepter or anything. You think I'd get something wrong about the Dark Crystal? Okay, you want to know
Because
what
I haven't
happened?
watched
I
the
own a
show,
Chamberlain
so.
statue because, of course, I do, and I took pictures of it to send as a reference image to the
Hey,
artist,
dog.
and I totally forgot that I accidentally broke off his triangle scepter, and now,
Aw,
because of that, he's holding an entirely different scepter on the tattoo. But you know what?
who
I
cares?
don't care.
Right?
This one's better. It's a more clear silhouette. Now, this time when I went to show my parents the tattoo,
Oh
I don't
god.
know exactly what I was hoping for, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see some dramatic pearl clutching. You know, just some real disappointment. Chamberlain had to be split up into 2 sessions, and I only got one done when I went to Arizona for a wedding. I saw my mom,
Oh.
and she didn't immediately ask me if I had any more tattoos. God
'Cause
didn't
you,
tattle on me this
you wouldn't
time.
get, you wouldn't
I
get
told
sued,
her,
that's why.
Mom, I gotta tell you something, privately. What is it?
Oh.
I need you to keep a secret from Grandma. Okay. I'm serious.
Oh
Grandma
god.
can't find out about this.
You're gonna do this on the
Okay.
Arizona wedding?
Look, it's Chamberlain. And I showed her the unfinished tattoo, and she went, Oh, do you even like the Dark Crystal that much? I mean, yeah, the plot's kind of mid, but
I
it's
guess-
a cool world. Why were you more upset about my fake Baby Yoda tattoo than my real Dark Crystal tattoo? She didn't care, and neither did my dad. And you know what? I actually showed
Whatever
my
your
grandma
mother
too,
says.
and she liked it. I can't make these people mad,
Are
no
you
matter
kidding
what
me?
I do. One of my cousins is a tattoo artist, and
the
I was
first
talking to
time
him about
he freaked
tattoos,
out.
and my mom said, Oh, you should get your cousin to finish it. And even he said, Do not do that. Speaking of tattoo advice,
That
if
might-
you're thinking about
that might
getting
be
a tattoo, I think you
That's a good
should
cousin right there.
wait. Obviously, it's your body, your choice, but with the minimum age of tattoos being 18 and in some
18?
states 16 with parents'
16?
permission, I just can't imagine being happy
Sounds about
with
right.
any tattoos 16-year-old James could think of. All I'm saying is that I'm glad I waited and gave myself time to really know if this is what I wanted.
Yep.
And it was. I know you're young and you
Proud
want to
of you,
look
James.
as hardcore as possible,
Really am.
but you can still get a tattoo when you're like 23 and it'll look good.
Right.
Trust me. No matter what tattoo you get, it's
I
a
probably
way
might get
to
a tattoo
express
when I'm, like,
outwardly to the world what you like,
26 or
what you
7,
want to
you know?
remember, and who you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to get a full back piece of my grandma's face.
Oh,
There's
what?
literally no way my family wouldn't love that. Thank you all for watching this
Wow. Anyway, guys, that does it for the odds one out. My thoughts on tattoos. So wow, there you go. That was James's experience on tattoos. Wow. So he actually did get some pretty cool tattoos. I'm not gonna lie. One was obviously the one that said tattoo, and the other one was the one from Dark Crystal. So yeah, that was actually really cool. Great to see what his experience on tattoos were, and I probably might get a tattoo like real soon in the future, cause it'll be pretty cool to at least have at least one tattoo. Like I'm kind of like it'll be pretty awesome, like having a tattoo, just showing to your like family and friends. It'll just be awesome. But that was it, guys. That does it for this video once again. Though, hope you guys will have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I guess I'll see you next one. Peace, buddy.